Hey guys, how we doing? And welcome to Lee Slot Cars for the start of another build. Now today, or over the next coming days, I'm going to be working on a build at the front right hand side of the layout. Now, I can't show you where it is because I've already done it, because I'm recording this bit after I've finished it. Does that make sense? And hang on, it looks like I'm wearing a hat, doesn't it? I'm not wearing a hat, it's the light. So, right, let's crack on with this. Well, after a brief flurry into building with MDF, I'm back to foam board. So for the low relief pub, what I'm going to do is I need a pub background, and I've found this, cut this out, and this is going to be stuck to the foam board, and that's going to be the back of the pub. And from there we're going to build the sides and the frontage, decorate the front. I've got a good idea of how this is going to look in my head. Whether it actually turns out like that is another question. So what I'm going to do now is just to get the hot glue out and build the basic structure of the pub. Some time ago I got sent some offcuts from Magnetic Racing, and inside that box of offcuts were these. So I don't think you need to think very hard to work out what the name of this pub is going to be. So this is going to be the Red Lion Pub. So when I said about having the basic structure of the building in foam board, I think the frontage of the pub I'm going to do in MDF. So it's going to be a bit of a MDF foam board fusion build, this one. So what I want to do is get the basic structure of the building done, and then I'm going to work out how I'm going to do the frontage. Once again, it's going to have a removable roof because there'll be a light in there at some point, and so if I can take the roof off, then I can work on detail inside. So that's the plan. So as this is going to be a low relief build, I'm going to make the sides, I think 5 centimeters, because I don't want it to come out too far. I've stuck the background to the first bit of board, and now I'm just going to cut 2 5 centimeter pieces to use as a side. Like so we'll cut these 2 off, and the glue gun is heating up as we speak. Excuse me. So we'll have the back of the pub, and then we're going to have the sides of the pub. I think I will do, shall I do a base? Yeah, I think I'll do a base as well. So I'm going to get these 2 sides stuck on, and then I shall cut out, yeah, I think a 5 centimeter. Let's cut out a 5 centimeter length of this piece. So we want it the same. No, we don't. We want it wider, don't we? Because obviously we've got the 5mm side pieces to take into account. So we have one there, and we'll have one there, and then this can all sit on the base. So if we take that as the line, and then once I've cut these pieces off, I can trim it to a 5 centimeter strip. So this will sit on there. No, it won't. How will it go? I'm getting confused, right? It'll go like that. So I now need to cut, yeah, 5 centimeters from the top, like so. just slice across there. These are new blades, but they're not brilliant. But they're better than the old one, so I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. So, okay. So now we have a structure. So I shall glue this on like so. Glue the sides on, and then we have, well, you know, the basic structure. Let's see if the glue's ready. It is. See how shaky I am. It's a nightmare. Unfortunately, the shaky hands, I never used to suffer with shaky hands until I had, well, until I had chemotherapy, to be honest. And since then, my hands just shake so much when I'm trying to do anything intricate. Just a real nightmare. But I guess it's a small price to pay, isn't it, really? God, you're not interested in that here. I'm waffling yet again. And then just a couple of dabs on the side. Sorry, this is off camera. I'm not concentrating. So we'll pop the side piece on like that, make sure it's all straight, which it is, and just hold it together. The beauty of hot glue is that it just dries so quickly. So I'm going to dab that there, and then we want a couple of dots just down the side. Don't need too much. Don't need a lot because it's not going to take any pressure or anything. It's just to hold it all in place, and we'll straighten that up, hold it together like so, and we have the start of a pub interior. Now what I'm going to do is, I've got some burnt umber paint. I'm just going to paint the sides in the burnt umber. I'm not sure about the floor. I'll probably do the floor as well. Don't know. I'll decide about that, but I'll do that off camera. So I'm going to get the sides painted, get the floor, the pub floor painted, and then when we come back after that, I'm going to build a roof structure that can be removed. So that's next. The inside structure now has been painted with one coat. Now it needs another coat of paint. It always goes like this on foam board because you've got quite a glossy white surface. So the first coat just gives the paint something to bind, something to grip to. So I'm going to give that another coat in a minute. I've made the roof structure. So it's going to have a pitched roof like so. So it's roof shaped, and it will come off. It will just lift off. Probably have a light stuck to the bottom, similar to what I did with like the coffee kiosk, for example. And this, the cuts on it are awful. My scalpel blade, although it's a new one, is not very good. I'm going to have to change it for another one. But I'm not overly concerned, because I think what I'm going to do is to find some roof tile paper and stick that over the top, and the sides will be in brickwork. So you'll have brick sides to the building, bricks on the roof, and slate on the top. And then the real sort of arty-farty artistic stuff will come on the pub frontage, because it really needs to look sharp. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? Give this another coat of paint, and then I'm probably going to call it a day for today, and I'll continue this in a couple of days' time. Right, so I've got the basic structure of the shop front, and yeah, it looks a mess. It looks rough and ready, but don't worry, that is just the frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to get coffee stirrer sticks. Yes, I have still got those. They're going to go on as like the window frame, so that'll look really nice and square. I might even use it for the door frame as well, because you can slightly overlap where you've got imperfections of the cut. You can slightly overlap there. So we're going to have door frames, window frames, and also we're going to have how to explain it, like paneling on here. So I shouldn't have stuck that on first. I really wanted to paint this before, but too late, I've stuck it on. And really, whatever odds and ends I've got lying around, I mean, I've got that, which can go over the door and maybe connect up to the door frames, but I don't know. I'm sort of making this up as I go along. So the first thing I'm going to do is the window frames and the door frames, and then we'll take it from there. That's the start of the pub frontage. So we've got the window frames in, the door frames. They look much better now. Some of it's not straight, which is sort of, look, this isn't straight, this is slightly wonky. But rather than saying it's slightly wonky, I'm going to call it slightly quirky. This can be an old pub, okay? So the door's just about right height, maybe slightly under, but you know, on a lot of these old buildings, doors were low because people were short of them, weren't they? Anyway, you have to create your own backstory when you're doing this sort of stuff. So this is a frontage. Now in terms of painting, I'm going to do it all in like a bottle green colour that I need to mix up somehow. I'll have to read what colours I mix to get a bottle green. And then the sign, I think I'm going to keep it all green, but then have this in red, the lion and the red lion in red. So it's going to be quite fiddly to do it. I've done it before, but I'm not sure. I did wonder whether masking it with like PVA for, no, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go for it. But that's why I wish I didn't actually stick this on, because it's much easier to paint if it's just this individual piece. But what's done is done. I've got a pub sign. Now, unfortunately, it's facing the wrong way because I really wanted to have it this way. But maybe I was thinking maybe I could stick it on the side. I don't know. Or even on a pole, actually, on a post. There you go. Cut the tags off. Put it on a post and it can go there somewhere. Okay, that's that sorted. So that needs painting green. And then the roof structure with this horrible edge here, I'm going to stick some roof tiles on. And then just to tidy up these edges, I think I'm going to stick and paint some of these on the side. So it just squares it up. And then coping stone, what do you call them? Ridge tiles, that's it. I need to do some of those somehow along the top. So I might do that in paper and then stick it on. I don't know. So my next job is going to be to tile the roof and brickwork on the side. I've got some brick paper cut out ready to go, and brick on the side of this and the side of this. And well, that'll keep me going for a while, so I will be right back. Right, it's coming together. We have brickwork on the side, we have the roof, we have the internal section of the pub, and the frontage will go on there. We're going to get that stuck on there. It's looking quite good, isn't it? So I've got the paint job to do, and then I'm just going to go around the frame of this building, get these painted, stick those on there just to tidy up the finish, and get a light popped under there. Don't know how I'm going to wire that up at the minute, but I'll come to that. It might be a battery pack for now, and then I'll work on getting it connected under the layout properly. So okay, let's get these painted, stuck on, and then we'll start the painting of the front. Right, now I have the roof pretty much done. We've got the brickwork on the sides, we've got the side fascia bits, which gives it a sharper line. It's not perfect, but we're never satisfied, are we? We always think, oh, that bit's not quite right, but actually for this build it is absolutely fine. I've hot glued the bulb in there. For the time being, I'm just going to use a battery pack which will sit down there to light it up. So that's okay. That's roof's going to go on there. Going to sort that out, and now I'm going to paint the frontage. So I've mixed up the bottle green, and it's basically using a bit of sap green and a tad of black to go with it, and I'm going to paint the or give it a coat, should I say, on the frontage, and we'll see how that looks in a minute. All right, this is coming together nicely. The colour is exactly what I wanted it to be like. I'm having the sign a slightly different green. I don't want it too dark because I've got to paint in red over the top, which is going to be quite tricky. I might have to do it in white first because then it will lift the red, but we'll see. But anyway, the green itself, bottle green, I was right. I just used sap green with a bit of black mixed in with it, and it's got, as you can just about see there, got the glass fitted, so it's all coming together. It's had a couple of coats, so the green's done. I just need to make an attempt at doing this red lion painting. Wish me luck. And there we have it. Yeah, I think it's actually come out quite good. There's a lot of reflection in there, so you can't really see a lot of the detail inside. So yeah, we'll just pop it on the bench. I'm really happy with how that's turned out. This took quite a while to actually paint. It was quite fiddly, but the pub is now open for business. Now there is an LED light in there, but it's not very bright. It's on a battery pack temporarily, and the batteries have seen better days. So that is the pub pretty much built. It's going to sit over here, and what I will do next is just something out the front, just a small area with maybe a couple of tables, and then we'll have a footpath coming along here somehow. Yeah, I'll have a think about that. But for the purpose of this video, I think we'll say the Red Lion is open for business. Thank you for watching, guys, and you all take care, my friends. Bye bye now.